two things you have to know. The first thing is, if I drop a copy of the Brothers of Karamazov in a moving train, it doesn't fly backwards and flatten the conductor. It just drops. That's the first thing you have to know. The second thing you have to know is that light absolutely always travels at the same speed in all directions at once. 186,282 miles per second.
Point 397.
It got faster?
We got more accurate.
Well, then don't confuse me.
This is a film directed by Nicholas Roeg, who would work with you many more times and, in fact, become your husband, and you have two beautiful children with him. So I'm just curious about this. Also, I guess because you're playing an iconic figure, I wondered how you approached this role.
Actually, the first film we did together was Bad Timing.
Oh, Bad Time. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's why I thought this was going to be after Bad Time.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm
wait.
exhausted watching them. How did I do that? Actually, at first, this was a play originally, and I turned it down, and they approached me before they approached Nick, so there. But I didn't want to do it. It was sort of like Marilyn, and it was just full of traps, you know, and at that time, I think Madonna was like obsessed with her, and people were like doing these caricatures of her. It was like, oh my God, how do you do this? I just was very, but then they approached Nick to direct it, and then I started watching some of her footage and reading Norma Mailer's things about her too. And so I finally then figured out a little hook in there that I thought, well, you know, she's reinvented herself. She's invented herself behind closed doors. She could be different, you know. So that's how I started approaching it. It still was a daunting prospect, though. I mean, my goodness gracious. I mean, and I just really felt kind of a passion about her, really her plight, you know, and so that's sort of how I did it. That's not that specific. However, what happened during this film was, since her register of her voice was so much higher than mine, I went to a singing teacher to get my voice just used to being higher, you know, because I just wanted that to come natural. And because of that, Stanley Myers, the great Stanley Myers composer, he got it in his head in post-production that he wanted me to sing on the soundtrack, and I was like, what? I can't sing, you know? But anyway, he wrote this song, which I will sing later tonight, that Will Jennings and he wrote for me. So anyway, that's how that all happened. But yeah, it was daunting. I don't know really how to explain it. I almost had to she had to be there and help me. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that was the only way to happen. Tony Curtis was in it. We had a great cast. It was a good fun though.